The air in Zalan's underbelly was always thick with smug, the glow of neon signs casting jagged shadows on the crumbling walls. You weren't sure how you ended up here again. Your heart was racing, but not from danger of the streets, but from the magnetic pull of her, Jinx. She was perched on the edge of a broken railing, her mismatched eyes sparkling with something that teetered between mischief and malice. Her boots dangled above the ground, swinging rhythmically, while she twirled a wrench in one hand. When she spotted you, her grin widened, splitting on her face with glee that made your chest tighten. Well, 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 she purred, hopping down and landing a flourish. If it isn't my favorite lost little bunny, what brings you to my humble abode? Got a death wish, or can you just not stay away? Your throat became dry. Words didn't come out easier on Jinx. Not when she had that grin on her face, and that way of looking at you, that voice. Just like she was trying to pry apart every secret you ever had. You fumbled, stuffing your hands into your pockets. Wanted to check on you, make sure you're, okay? Jinx let out a snort, tossing her wrench aside with a clatter. Me? Okay? Sugar Plum, I'm always okay. But you... She stepped closer, her boots clicking softly against the cracked concrete. You've got that look again. What look? You asked, trying to keep your voice steady as she invaded your personal space. That, I'm thinking too hard and it's killing me. Look. She poked your forehead. Her finger was cold against the skin. Come on, spill. What's going on in that pretty little noggin of yours? You hesitated, biting your lip. Jinx was relentless, flirty, teasing, always pushing your buttons. But there was an undercurrent of sincerity in her tone, like she genuinely wanted to know. It's nothing, you muttered, stepping back to put some distance between you. Oh, no. Jinx darted forward, blocking your escape with a quick pivot. You don't get to drop by my place, act all quiet and broody, then brush me off. Spit it out, Cupcake, or do I have to tickle it out of you? You couldn't help but laugh nervously at that, shaking your head. I've been thinking about some stuff. You said. Stuff? Real specific. She folded her arms, cocking her head like a curious bird. You sighed, running a hand through your hair. Okay, fine. About us. Jinx's eyebrows shot up, and then her grin returned, sharper and more dangerous than before. Oh, us? Is it? Well, go on. I'm listening. He creeped up your neck as you tried to find the right words. It's just... You're so sure of yourself. So confident, and I'm not, you said softly. Not sure about what? Jinx spoke. You hesitated, the words catching in your throat, your stomach twisting with a mix of anxiety and something else, something warm and aching that you didn't quite know how to name. I don't know what I'm doing, you admitted finally. I don't know how I'm supposed to feel, or if it's even okay to feel this way about you. Jinx blinked, her expression softening for a fraction of a second before her mask of cocky amusement slid back onto her face. Oh, I get it now. You're having a bit of a identity crisis, huh? She reached out, her fingers brushing yours. Don't worry, sugar. You're not the first person to have scrambled up inside. It's not funny, you said, pulling your hand away. Who said I was laughing? She said back, her voice dropping a notch. Look, I'm not gonna pretend I'm some kind of love guru or whatever. But here's what I do know. Feelings are messy. It doesn't matter if you're kissing boys or girls or, I don't know, robots. It's all just sparks and wires in your brain, right? And you've got the sparks for me. The way she said it, so confident, so unapologetic, made your chest tighten. You looked away, unable to meet her eyes. I don't even know if I'm allowed to feel that way, you whispered, unsure of yourself. Jinx snorted, crossing her arms. Who's stopping you? Some uptight jerk with a rulebook? Screw him. Life's short, babe. Too short to waste it. Especially worrying about what's allowed. You knew she was right, in her own psychotic, chaotic way. But that didn't make the knot of doubt in your chest any easier to unravel. Jinx tilted her head, studying you with an intensity that made your skin prickle. Then, without warning, she leaned in, face inches from yours. Want to know a secret? She murmured. What? I like you. Her grin softened into something almost shy, something rare and vulnerable that you'd never seen from her before. I like messing with you, and I like making you blush, and I really like the way you look at me even when you're trying not to. Your breath hitched, and your heart was pounding so loud you were sure she could hear it. Jinx, She placed a finger over your lips, cutting you off. Shh. You don't have to say anything. Not yet. Her finger lingered there for a moment before she pulled away, her grin returning in full force. But you're gonna have to figure it out eventually, Sugar Plum, because, I'm not exactly going anywhere. Before you could even respond, the sound of distant shouting echoed through the alleyway. Jinx's head snapped up, her expression hardening. Look like we got some company, she said, reaching for the gun slung across her back. Stay here. I'll handle it. Jinx, wait, you called to her, but she was already gone, disappearing into the shadows with that same reckless energy that had always left you breathless. You stood there, your heart still racing, the warmth of her touch lingering on your skin. You wanted to believe her. You wanted to believe it was okay. But the doubts gnawed at you louder than ever, as the sounds of the distant chaos erupted inland. You couldn't help but wonder, would you really ever have the courage to tell her how you felt? Zahn's underbelly hummed, with its usual chaos, a symphony of distant clacking and sizzling wires, and a faint explosion. You weren't sure how you kept ending up here in her world, but you couldn't seem to just stay away. Jinx was currently sat cross-legged on a crate, fiddling with a grenade like it was just some dumb toy. Her sharp grin was already in place as though she'd expected you to come. Well, look who's came back, she teased, tossing the grenade over her shoulder casually. It clattered somewhere behind her, but she didn't seem to care. Couldn't resist my charm, could ya? You rolled your eyes, even though your heart did a flip in your stomach. You wish. Oh, I know, Cupcake. She hopped off the crate, strolling towards you with a sway that was all too intentional. So, what brings you to my little playground tonight? Business or pleasure? He crept up your neck. She always did this, turning every word into a double meaning, every look into a challenge. I just wanted to check on you, you said, stuffing your hands into your pockets once more, the action becoming familiar to you whenever you would Jinx. Make sure you hadn't blown yourself up or something. Aw, you do care. She clasped her hands dramatically over her chest, her lips forming an exaggerated pout. That's so sweet, Sugar Plum. I'm touched. Don't call me that, you murmured, your voice lacked any real bite. What, Sugar Plum? She leaned in, her voice dropping into a mock whisper. Would you prefer something spicier, like hot stuff or sweet cheeks? Oh no, I got it. You want firecracker. You groaned, turning away, but she darted around you, blocking your path instantly. Aw, don't be like that. she cooed, poking your side. You're so cute when you're flustered. I'm not flustered, you lied, crossing your arms defensively. Jinx raised an eyebrow, her grin widening. Sure, and I'm a Piltover enforcer. She circled you, slowly, her eyes flickering over you like she was sizing you up for something. So what's eating you, huh? You got that I'm about to explode, but not in a fun way vibe again. It's nothing, you said quickly. Too quickly. Nope. She stopped right in front of you, tilting her head. You don't get to drop by looking all moody and mopey, then clam up. Come on, spill. Let's cut your panties in a twist. Or boxers. Or commando, whatever you're packing, babe. Her face burned as she shoved her playfully. Jinx! She laughed, her voice a mix of genuine glee or mischief. What? I'm curious. You sighed, rubbing the back of your neck. I've just been thinking, okay, about us again. Her laughter faded for a moment. She looked almost serious, and her grin returned softer this time. Oh, us again? Huh. Now you got my attention. Go on. You hesitated, the words tangling in your throat. I don't know how to feel about you, or about this. Jinx's eyes sparkled with something unreadable. Let me guess, you're all twisted up inside, wondering if it's okay to feel all warm and tingly when I'm around. You swallowed hard. Yeah, something like that. Well, good news for you. It's very okay, she said, dropping into a low purr. Her voice was low. She leaned in closer, her breath brushing against your cheek. In fact, I think it's the smartest thing you've ever felt in a while. Jinx, I'm serious, you said, even though your voice wavered under the weight of her gaze. So am I, she said, her tone softening just enough to make your stomach flip. Look, babe, feelings are messy. Yeah, but that's what makes them fun. You don't know that, but it's true. You don't need to have it all figured out. You just feel, and right now, she stepped even closer, her lips curving into a sly smirk. I can feel you practically buzzing. You opened your mouth to protest, but the words caught in your throat. Tell me, she murmured, as she pulled you towards her, her voice dropping with a challenge. What do you want, huh? 'Cause I've got a lot of ideas, but I want to hear all of yours. Your heart hammered in your chest. You couldn't breathe. Then before you could even speak or second-guess yourself, words slipped out. I want to kiss you. Jinx froze, her eyes widening slightly. Then her grin returned, sharper and a little bit more dangerous than ever. Well, didn't know you had it in you, Cupcake. Forget it, you said quickly, trying to pull over. But she held on to you fast. No take-backs, she said, her voice low and teasing. You've got me all curious now, so what are you waiting for? You hesitated, your breath catching, as her head tilted close to yours. Her lips were so close, and her eyes, they were like stars. They were daring you to make a move. Screw it. You closed the gap, lips clenching onto the others, but it was anything but gentle. Jinx let out a soft gasp before melting into you, hands tangling into your shirt and pulling you close. The world seemed to blur around you, the chaos of Zon falling slowly into the background, as her lips moved against yours with a warm electricity. When you finally pulled away, both of you were breathless. Her cheeks were flushed, and her grin was even wider than before, if that was even humanly possible. Damn, sugar, she said, licking her lips. I didn't know you had that in you. You laughed, still trying to catch your breath. You're impossible, you know that? And you love it, she shot back. You rolled your eyes, but you couldn't help the smile taking at your lips. Maybe, she repeated in mock offense. After that kiss, you're definitely hooked. Shut up, you said softly, shoving her lightly, but she only laughed, wrapping her arms around your neck. Make me, she challenged, her grin turning positively wicked. You shook your head, unable to hide your smile. You're unbelievable. You groaned. The warmth in your chest was impossible to ignore. Whatever this was, this messy and chaotic thing, you knew one thing for sure. You really didn't want it to end.